Hey, what's up, beautiful people? This is your boy D Blancas coming right back at you with another video. All right, so check this out. We are on lesson 5. All right, watch my finger. Lesson 5, module 2. So I'm on this page. This is page, let me scroll up, S32. Again, watch my finger. Cool. So I'm on this page right here. So, like last time, I was reading this lesson and then I read it again and then I read it one more time and I realized there's a lot of information on this. And it's important information because just like last time, I said that all mathematical information is extremely important. But I'm going to condense it. All right. So in this lesson, what they start talking about is something called the dilation. So I'm going to write it over here. Dilation theorem. So I'm going to abbreviate that. All right. So they talk about something called the dilation theorem. And there's really just two things about the dilation theorem. All right. Number one. So let me show you the first part. It's this. Is that if you have point P and point Q, right? And then you have the, then you have the scale factor, and they both have the exact same scale factor, right? So point P over here goes to P prime, Q goes to Q prime, all right? And what they're saying is that this line in the middle changes by the same scale factor. All right? That's all it means, that it changes by the scale factor. So I'm going to show you. All right? So if this is 5 and the scale factor is 2, that means that this line becomes 2 times 5. So it's the original line times the scale factor. And then you get your answer. So in this case, it's 10. All right, that's all that, that's all that means about the scale factor. And then the second part is that these two lines, all right, have to be parallel. And again, I'm drawing my arrows to show that. That's all the dilation theorem is. They wanted us to write this huge entire proof, which I'm not going to spend too much time on. It was just really that PQ times the scale factor gives us P prime, Q prime. That's all that means. All right? So let's work on a practice problem. So I'm going to grab the sheet of paper and we're going to do exercise number 2. So we are on page, watch my finger, 34. All right. So we're going to try number 2. It's asking us to produce a scale drawing using either the ratio or parallel method. So we did not learn the parallel method, so don't worry about that. What we learned was the ratio. All right, that's what we learned. And they want us to use M as the center. All right, so this is our center. Typically our center was like off to the side, but not this time. M is the center. We should make it a little bit easier. All right. And then the scale factor of 3/2. So that's what they want. If you notice, you should grab your compass if you haven't done so. But basically, to find the scale factor, you're going to do the perpendicular bisectors, which I am going to do. So here are my perpendicular bisectors, because what I'm going to do is find half of this line, and that's how much I have to extend it by. So let me extend this line over here, which you should do the same, because M is the center. let's extend this line. So again, they're telling us that M is the center. So I'm going to extend that line like so. All right. So please follow along just so you can see this. Do your perpendicular bisector, which is what I'm going to do right now. It's about right there. All right, so make sure it's at the correct length. So mine's is good. Put your center, mark, mark. All right, hopefully you did that. Now put M as your center, mark, mark, just like I did. All right, and that means your center for this one is about right here. All right, you're gonna do the same thing with this side. Find the center, find the midpoint. So 3/2 is basically this. It's technically 1 and 1/2. All right, so this is my 1 all across. I just need to add this half. That's why I needed to do the perpendicular bisector. So what I'm going to do, just measure this half, which is about there. See that? All right, pause the video so you can see it. And then that's how much I'm going to add to the very end. So over here's the end. So this is N. That's how much I'm going to add. So I'm going to make a little mark. So that's my new N prime. Boom, N prime. All right, you're going to do the same thing with L to get your L prime and then connect your points. So go ahead, pause the video, and you try it. All right, so if you did this correctly, this is what you ended up with. We found the center of this segment right here, all right, which is right there, and that's how much we added on here. So this is our new L prime. Now all I did was connect the dots, and boom, all right, that's our scale factor of 1/2. So that's not too bad, but there is more to the problem, all right, which I need to show you. So this was part A. So moving on to part B, so new sheet. Part B says use the dilation theorem to predict the length of Ln, or L prime N prime, and then measure its length directly using a ruler. All right, so this is what they want. Our scale factor was 3/2. They want us with the ruler measure L and N. All right, so I'm gonna write the instructions down here. Measure L, N. All right, so that's number 1. Number 2, now using the dilation theorem, we need to multiply Ln by the scale factor. Our scale factor was 3/2. So we're gonna do 3/2 times whatever the measurement of Ln is. Then, part 3, they want us to measure L prime. So measure L prime, N prime. So they want us to measure the length of that. And they want to see if these two numbers, all right, they want to see if those two numbers, do they equal each other? And they should be very close, all right? The answer is yes, they should be very close. But they want you to measure it and multiply it and see if it is true. So go ahead and do that, all right? And I think once you get it done, excuse me, let me and Miss Chavarria know, and then we'll double check it for you. But other than that, that's lesson number 5, all right? Your job is to do the rest of the exercises, get the problem sets, because after lesson 5 is the end of topic quiz. So you're ready for one of the paper quizzes. Cool? Cool. Cool. So with that, I say farewell. So peace out, Girl Scout.